The first part of this module is asking why. So, to explain this, I know all of you have been kids and you've all asked that why question. For example, why do I have to sleep? And you might get the answer branched out of, I need to sleep because it repairs my body, right? And then from there, right, you have another question, right? Why does sleeping repair my body, right? And the reason it does, which I'm not sure why, right? I don't know the nitty gritties, right? But it allows our muscles to repair itself, right? Okay, so why does sleeping help our muscles repair themselves, right? And you delve deeper into this chain of thinking. The same is true with math, right? Let me explain it with this example. So let's take an easy example. Let's say 2x plus 5 equals 13. Let's use this for example. The first step to solving this is to move 5 to the other side. So 2x equals 13 minus 5. And that equals 8. Okay, so when we're doing this, we need to ask ourselves, why did we move this 5 across, right? We moved it across because we want to get x by itself, right? And then in addition to that, why did we make this a minus, right? It's because whatever operation is in front, we always do the opposite. Let's continue on the chain. X equals 8 divided by 2. Why did we do that? Why did we do 8 divided by 2? Right? And that's because if we want to get x by itself, we need to get rid of the 2. In between the 2 and the x is a multiplication sign. To get rid of the multiplication sign, we do the opposite, which is a division. And we get 8 over 2. We continue on from that. X equals 4. So, if you look at this and you really process it, you understand each step, right? Maybe you don't, right? And you can just revise the algebra section. But if you don't understand a specific point, you don't understand a specific step, then let's say you've mastered this question. If you're going on to another question with different numbers, maybe a slightly different equation, you're not going to be able to do it because you don't understand the steps, right? You don't understand that you have to do the opposite, right? You don't understand that you have to move everything to the side that's not x, right? And if you don't understand these basic foundations, then when you're applying it to other questions, you're going to really struggle. So, for example, some of you may struggle with when you're doing past papers. You might master a question, you might get it right, and it's perfect. You think you're fine. Then you go into another question that has different numbers, but the same sort of question, and you can't get it right. And that's because somewhere in this step, in these steps, there is something that you do not understand. And you need to go back and you need to break it down, see what you don't know, like in the neuroscience of learning, right? Practice specifically what you need, break down questions into whole and parts, right? Really delve into the nitty gritty of what's getting your questions wrong. And after you do that, everything will become easy. So that is the first part of this module. Let's move on to the next section.